Good morning, everyone. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day here in Oklahoma this February 6th. So I wanted to just record a video of me doing the AO scan on myself so that you guys could see what it is that I'm talking about. And if you would like to have your own scan, then please message me. I've messaged quite a few of you because you responded that you wanted a scan, but many of you have not followed through on sending me information. So maybe by me sharing this with you today, you'll kind of get a better idea of what this little scanner can do. And this is the same thing. However, I have it pulled up on my computer. I don't typically run scans on myself from the computer, but for demonstration purposes today, I want to show you what it looked like. So I have it pulled up, the app pulled up on my screen so you can see all the different modules. We have a quick scan module, and in here is where I'm going to go first because I want to clear myself of all energies, and I want to actually be able to clear all the negative. That way, when I do my scan, the positive will be able to go through. So I'm going to let that play. That takes about 3 minutes. And I'm going to discuss things. This is a practice that I do every time I scan somebody. I make sure that I take care of my spiritual hygiene so that my energies don't affect someone else and their energies don't affect me, because this is about energy. So now that that's through, and you'll notice this has got some other things in here too. When I'm through with my scan, I'll come back and I'll shield myself. But we have some different things down here that we can actually play. So let's say you're having a pretty rough day and you're lacking in energy. You can actually play this supercharge boost. Maybe you're taking a test and you want to have a little bit more focus. You can play this one. Maybe it's the end of the day and you need some help relaxing. You can do this one. So I'm going to go back over to my main screen. And this easy scan is what I'm offering to do on most everybody. My camera is freezing just a little bit, so bear with me. I'll stop it, periodically and come back. So the easy scan is one of the things that I'm going to run. And what's beautiful about the easy scan is we can load our supplements into a library. So right here is a supplement and therapy library. And when I pull mine up, you'll see that I have lots and lots of things in here. I have therapies. I have different supplement lines. I have all kinds of information that I've loaded in here. And this is all the supplements I have on hand. And I can have the scanner analyze each of these to decide which ones my body needs at the moment. I have a master library in here. And this master library, I tend to add to all of my clients so that we can see what it is exactly that their body's resonating with at that time. Now, these are mostly all homeopathics, and homeopathics are energy medicines. So we're going to go in here to the easy scan. I've already cleared myself, and I want to show all my supplements. So when I show them all, then I get to click which ones I want the scanner to analyze. So I'm going to just do a few just to kind of show you what I'm doing. And under each of these categories is quite a few different things. I'm doing the Cosiva because we just had full moon, and I want to see if I need to do that. I have the general marked. I have some Solex stuff in here. I also have some vitamins in here that I really like. I've also got food in here. I have some Young Living oils in here and a few other things. So once I have everything clicked that I want it to analyze, then I'm going to go down here at the bottom and I'm going to hit scan or start, I believe. And then I'm going to speak for 10 seconds into the scanner, I am, and then say whatever it is that you like to say. But I typically take a minute and think of something that makes me sad, and then something that makes me happy. And then I go forward with my scan. So here we go. I'm going to show you what this looks like. We have a countdown. I am Tammy Ward. Today is Monday, February 6th. Looks like it's going to be an incredible day outside. I'm looking forward to getting some things done. So it's finished with that. And bear with me, my camera's being really funky here. So as you can see, first thing it's doing is my inner voice scan. So it's taking that voice that I just spoke into the scanner, and it's analyzing my 12 octaves in my voice to see where there's some imbalances at. And those imbalances can mean some trapped trauma. It can mean some emotions that are out of whack. And then when I listen to the tones afterwards, that will help to balance my emotions. Because if we keep our emotions balanced, then this really slows down the dis-ease processes setting in. So it's done with the inner voice. Now it's moving on to my vitals, and it's gaining information based off of my voice that I just did in that scan. It's also going off the information that I put in the scanner: my name, my picture, my first and last, my height, my weight, and my date of birth. That is unique to me and to me only. So that is why we put that information in there, so that the scanner can detect your frequencies. And I'm going to stop my camera because it's just not working this morning. So you're going to hear my voice. All right, so we're almost halfway through the vitals. So there's a two-step process with our vitals and our comprehensive scan. The first part of it, or the previous scan, is this portion of it before the frequencies are sent in or sent out to me for optimization. And here in just a second, you're going to see that switch over. And then you're going to hear there we go. Then you're going to hear the frequencies that are being sent back to me. And if you look down here at the screen, you'll know at what area it is at and where it's sending those. So once it finishes with the vitals is much kind of like a chemistry workup. It kind of will give you your measurements of your frequencies in this snapshot of time. Okay, and our frequencies change from moment to moment depending on what's affecting us or what's causing us to maybe have some stress in our life. That will affect our frequencies. Eating something that our body doesn't want can affect our frequencies. Being in an environment with things that are being put out into the environment can affect our frequencies. All of this can have an effect. So as a scanner owner, what I typically do is run my scan first thing in the morning before I've had anything to eat or drink, because I want to see the most accurate scan of myself. Okay, now it's going into the comprehensive scan. The comprehensive is kind of an inside look at the body. When I open these reports, you're going to see what I mean, and it's going to be quite fascinating. I get lots of questions. So again, this is the previous part of the scan, and then once it reaches to the frequencies, then it will be the current scan when you're looking at the reports. And there's lots of different ways to look at the reports, and I'll show all that to you as well. We'll give this a few minutes to finish, but while it's finishing, I'm going to kind of explain some things too so that you can understand. This is merely a measurement of your frequencies in this snapshot of time, okay? This does not mean when you look at the scan reports and it says certain things, doesn't mean that you have those things. It just means that the cells are vibrating either with some residual trash that's present. It could be some damage from the past. It can be something that's been passed down to you. But the cells hold memory. So if the cells are vibrating like that, then it would be our job to kind of dig down and see how we can release some things within our own bodies, either through emotion code and body code, changing our diet and our lifestyle, things like that. But I do want to make this disclaimer right now that the AO scan is not a medical device, nor is it a diagnostic device. None of these statements here have been evaluated by the FDA. And if you are sick or having some issues, please see your practitioner or your healthcare provider, because, like I said, this is not a diagnostic device. However, you can look at the reports and put things together, because we know over time that if frequencies are not balanced or corrected, then the disease process can start to materialize or manifest. So that's the reason why it's so important to always get good frequencies fed back to your body. We're being bombarded all the time with frequencies that are so harmful. So you have a choice. You can either use frequencies that will heal you or frequencies that can harm you. And I choose to use frequencies that will heal me. So this is one of my tools that I use. I have a couple of other tools that I use as well, but this one is my primary tool. It's the one thing that I get up every morning and do. So it is a phenomenal tool, and something that can definitely help you with your healthcare journey. So as it gets down to the wire, my camera is just not going to function. So now it's finished, and I'm going to show you if right here is where I would actually email that to my client. So here's the email button, and I also want to include the tones. And I'm going to just go through this report and show you. And this is something that I can do on anybody that's interested. We do this remotely. You do not have to be in person with me. So we're going to let that send to me. And then I'm going to show you in my email what that looks like. So before we go forward, because you're not going to see what I see on my screen unless you click the hyperlink. And I'm going to show you in my email real quickly how it appears. So here is my inner voice tones. So they come in an email just like this. And they are MP3 play or MP3 players. You can play them from here. So you could click on this and play it from here if you wish. These are 3-minute tones, or you can go back to this link here and you can click this blue hyperlink. Okay, and you're going to see the scan results on the screen just like I see them here. Okay, but what I want you to make notice of is down here in this email are attachments. This is everything that was scanned in your vital scan. Okay, so on this screen here, you're only going to see the out items. So notice that. This is just the out items on the vital scan, but down here is everything that was scanned, including all the good things, because you're going to have double 5s throughout here too. So we want to know everything. There's over 308 food sensitivities. Then it does the blood. It does your fatty acids, your omegas, your neutrophils, and all that. It goes to your meridians, your gastrointestinal function, insulin resistance, nutritional analysis, nutritional analysis 2, 3, physical functionality, and the mineral and bone mineral and densities, physical functionality for your brain nerves, physical functionality 3 of the cardiovascular and cerebral vascular, collagen index, physical functionality of your glands, physical functionality of the hormones, physical functionality of the liver and gallbladder, physical functionality of the body reproductive functions, physical functionality of the skin. And then we get into toxicity, so allergies and pollens that are affecting, bacterial diseases, toxicities like candida, toxicities 5. This could be alcohol, chemical toxicities, things of that notion. Toxicity 6, heavy metals. Heavy metals are included. Toxicity 7, these are different molds. And here we have parasites. Now we just had a full moon, so parasites are typically very, very apparent after a full moon. And then toxicities 9 are our viruses. So as you can see, this is everything that was scanned on me just a minute ago. It's a lot of information, isn't it? What's so nice about this is we can gather this information and start stacking the days next to this so we can start tracking and seeing the different things that could be affecting us. Now, let's get back to the easy scan and how it looks here. So here are the 12 octaves that were analyzed in my voice today. These are the ones that it picked up on. So these 3 are the ones that I'm overcompensating for. And then this one is the one where the main emotions problems are, the trauma that's blocked could be, and you can play your tones from these buttons. And then what we typically do is wear colored glasses that correspond to these colors while we're listening to those tones, or we would wear those colors. So today would be a good day for me to wear blue. You can also loop the tones from playing it right here. These will just loop. All 4 of the tones will be looped together. So you can listen to that before you go to bed. Then it gives me a little kind of upbeat tone that I can get my day started. It's kind of just really upbeat and bouncy. It just kind of is an encouragement. And then here are the supplements my body is looking for. So the one physical supplement is a Omega Pro by Solex, and I have those on hand. I'll go ahead and take a soft gel today. So I only take it when the scanner says for me to take it. So I've saved lots of money on my supplements, and trust me, I feel better too, because I'm not just cannonballing a bunch of supplements down my throat that my body can't seem to assimilate that day. But then all of these homeopathics, guess what? I can place my blank homeopathic pellets on my screen of my scanner. I'm going to turn my camera on so you can see me do this. So these are blank pellets. And if this was what we were looking at was on my scanner, then I'd put my blank pellets here and I would imprint them. Okay. I go ahead and imprint all 5 of these. And then I go ahead and take some of those remedies. And when we do that, then it's alerting our body to these frequencies, and then the body uses them as they need it. So here's our key. Okay, we have a legend here that is actually our key to reading our reports. I'm going to stop the video again because my video is just not participating. So when we see ones, then this means diminishing function risk. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3 are still considered out of balance. 7, 8, and 9. 9 being critical or increasing inflammation risk. Okay, so what we want to see is 4, 5s, and 6s everywhere. But as we go down, you're going to see mine. When we look at the food sensitivities, anything that is out of bounds is probably something we need to pull out of our diet. I have not had any of these things recently, but my body is saying that I would not, it does not resonate with me, so I wouldn't want to eat them. I love hummus, so looks like chickpeas are out of the question right now. Then it goes into my blood. And if there's something you don't understand on the scanner, you can highlight it and it brings up a definition of what that is. And my hemoglobin, I know, has always been off balance because I had a surgery at a very young age that has created anemia in my body, which I constantly try to work on to balance. Then it goes into your fatty acids. Here's my chakras. Some of them were out of balance when we started, see previous scan. And then once the frequencies were sent back to me, then my body balanced out. Kind of cool, isn't it? And then it gives you a description of every chakra. Okay, and then we have the meridians. My lung meridian is shown to be inflamed or some inflammation there. And I've always had problems with my lungs, but it's something that I'm currently working on quite a bit, but everything else looks pretty good. I balanced out. So today might be a good day to do some deep breathing, maybe bounce on my rebounder to get some, maybe some stagnant congestion pushed out of my lungs, but my energy is not flowing in my lung meridian very well. Then it gives you a definition of, physical links. So here's my lung, respiratory system, lungs, bronchi, immune system, allergies, and skin. Emotional links could be conceit, intolerance, communication issues, or grief, because we know that the grief is held in the lungs. It's also can be held in the kidneys too. So this kind of gives you a key as to what you need to focus on that. Here's my digestive function, and HCl is something that I am currently looking for the right one for me. I do take one because I had, like I said, a surgery when I was very young. I was 16 and I had stomach stapling surgery, which that doctor should have been shot. People should have left me alone. Anyway, hydrochloric acid is something that I need pretty much. So I'm looking for the right one for me that my body likes. And I've yet to find one. So still going through them. And then we go through the bone and muscle condition, the cardiovascular, cerebral vascular. All of these are signs or things that I can kind of start to, compare over the next few days for me to help me figure out what I need to do for me. So here's the comprehensive. And remember, my hemoglobin showed up very, very first. So this is a reflection of the hemoglobin. This is the blood. So if you don't know where something is, you can actually use this little body here. I'm going to show you in this one. In the blood cells, it wouldn't have been as neat for me to show you. But let's say we don't know where the appendix is. And I imagine the appendix is showing up because parasites love to stay there in the appendix area. So let's click on this little body. What it does is it brings up a 3D image of where that appendix is in the body. If you don't know where it's at, you can move that around. You can zoom out of it. You can actually add the muscles and the bones to the little image if you want to. Anyway, it's just a really neat little homeschool tool, if you will. So that is one of the things that this little tool can do. Let's scroll down and look at the different things. So looks like I got some work to be done on me. Isn't this kind of cool? These are the different organs that are affected with me. We've got the arteries in the head. I'm going to tell you a little story while I'm talking about the arteries in the head. We scanned somebody back in November of 2020 that she was having some health issues. And she'd been to many, many doctors, couldn't figure out what was going on, but she had some pressure in behind her left eye. And she was having like some dizzy spells and blackout spells, and she'd been to doctor, and none of the doctors could really figure out what was going on. But once we scanned her, my biggest thing was she had a lot of vessels and veins on the left side of her head area that were all showing double nines and double ones. I'd say at least 20 or 30 of them. So I had a conversation with this gal and I told her, I said, look, I'm not a medical doctor. I'll never, tell anybody that. So I am a little bit concerned about all of these, double nines and double ones showing up in your vessels and veins in the arteries of your head. Maybe you should look into seeing a neurologist and see if they can't do a CT scan with some dye. She found somebody about 3 weeks later. They did CT scan on her, and they found a 2.3 millimeter, I believe, aneurysm behind that left eye. They were able to catch it quickly. They removed it. She's well today. She did not leave 2 little children behind, but had we not detected it with the scanner, none of her doctors were finding anything. So it was an incredible thing to be able to see that the scanner really detected that there was something going on in the vessels and the veins of her head. And then once they did a test on that, they were able to actually see that. So that is something that always sticks with me. But let's go. I'm going to show you the comprehensive scan that is in my reports, because I want to share something with you that I tend to look at things with. So on the comprehensive, you're going to notice some numbers here. And this is very alarming to me because I know that I've got something going on with my blood, okay? When you see markers that are showing 69% or 50% or above, those are markers I want to pay attention to over some time period, okay? And I will put these together on a spreadsheet and kind of track them. So my blood is definitely showing some need of attention. And then here's the organ cells. So what I do is I kind of scroll down this report and see if there's any numbers over here that are 50 and above. So we have the large intestine, but it went on down to 32. So that one was fine. So let's scroll down and look at these. My blood is about the only thing that I'm seeing. Kidneys, I could do some little loving on my kidneys. Let's scroll down some more. And here's my lung. Remember, we're pretty up there, so we already knew that about me. Scroll down to the rest of them. But you can see that this really kind of gives you a nice little picture of what's going on. Chromosome 19 is one that I probably ought to look at, although it leveled out to a 41. See, and I can scan and optimize an area. So today I'm going to focus on my blood. I'm also going to get some chlorophyll in and some spirulina in because my blood is speaking to me. So that was really the only area of high concern for me. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to scan and optimize my blood cells today. I'm going to get some good nutrition into them, and I'm sure that it will change. The story I can tell you about the comprehensive is my older son called me and said, "Hey, Mom, I'm feeling kind of weird. I've been having heart palpitations and things like that." And so I scanned him, 29 years old, and his heart was showing 79 up to 86%. And I'm like, you need to be closest to 0%. And typically around 20s and 30s is pretty, on the comprehensive is pretty common. Okay. It's when we get up into the upper numbers that we start to see, some red flags that we want to pay attention to. So that was the easy scan. Here's the inner voice all by itself. Here's the vitals all by itself. Here's the comprehensive all by itself. Let me show you what else we can do. We can also scan our dental. So here is this. I can scan and optimize myself with that real quickly. And I'll show you what that report looks like. These are just some extra reports that I can run because I've done the training. pretty fascinating little tool. It has definitely helped me with my clients. If you're a practitioner at all, this would be a great tool for you to incorporate in your practice because it really uncovers some beautiful keys of people's health to help you know how to help them better. You can see down here which teeth it's going through. And now it's done. Now here's my report on my teeth. And what I'm gonna kind of look for is some double reds. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? It's got every tooth in it. The other thing that we can run is a TMJ report to find out what nerves are affecting people. So I'm going to email this one to myself. We can flip over and just do an image report or a table report if we want. So here's the table report if you don't like to look at the pictures. But here's the table report on the same scan that was ran. It's pretty fascinating. Anyway, you can also highlight these words. Oh, they don't have these done yet. They'll probably be working on those. The other thing that we can do is we can run scans on our animals. So here's pets and animals. If I go to the vitals and I choose my little dog here, we can scan her. But let me show you what her last report showed. So this is her last report because I had her pulled up. She's got tones here that she can listen to, and I broadcast those in the open air for her. And then here's her report. It also goes through her chakras to kind of see what's in an explanation of it. So here's the animal scan and the things that I can kind of start to pay attention to her with. In October, she got very, very ill and we almost lost her. But I truly believe it was because I was using the scanner on her 5 to 6 times a day, letting her listen to her tones, that saved her life. Here's the body systems, and this goes through all 13 body systems. I'll pull up that report so you can see what that looks like. And this report gives us some beautiful information. It gives us different things that will show up. It will also show you ways to improve the frequencies for that area. I don't drink much alcohol anymore. So what this is actually telling me is maybe I have a distillery in my gut right now. I do eat healthy foods. I just started getting massage again, and the air and exercise. Exercise is something I was really in a habit of. And then when it got cold, I got out of the habit because I always went to a park and walked. But anyway, this gives you lots of information, tells you, different information here. The same as our inner voice scan does the same type of thing. So here's the reports on it. I'll show you what those look like. They're really nice. And that comes in your attachment. You can read over these. And then it also gives you imbalances and things to change. Remember, lung showed up on me today. Well, look, right here, it's showing it again. So these are the items that would actually show up in my vitals report, and we already saw that it did. And then it gives me the different potential emotions and causes of some of these things. So my body is saying that these are, this virus, mononucleosis, and these 2 parasites could be the causing the issues here. So maybe taking a parasite cleanse would be helpful for me. Here's a different, some more that we can look at. So it's really, really helpful information. When I work with a client, then I do a lot of different things with their reports. Here's the TMJ that I ran on myself on 12/26. I don't run it very often on myself because I don't really have that issue. But here's the TMJ reports. Pretty fascinating, isn't it? This can give you some clues and keys to help yourself. The other thing that our scanners can do is our Cepheid program. Our Cepheid program is where all of our frequencies are housed. So let's say you want, you're having some, like me with anemia, I can imprint homeopathic pellets with blank homeopathic pellets with anemia and take those frequencies in. The other thing that I can do with the Cepheid program is I can make custom playlists. Now mine take a while to load because I've got tons of playlists in here. But I've been using my scanner going on my 3rd year. So it's definitely something I love and love to work with. Well, let me show you this as soon as it loads. We can make playlists based on all the frequencies that we have access to. So I've got a sleep playlist in here. I have acid reflux playlist. So basically what I can do is just continually broadcast that to someone for 30 minutes to an hour every day, and that will help support them. It goes through all these frequencies. Or I can imprint like homeopathic pellets, or I can do a broadcast, let's say on an animal, if I have an animal that's having an issue here. But here's just so much. These are all my playlists. I have so many here. Let me go back to the Cepheid program. We can also, like, here's a quantum reach. These are our quantum reach frequencies, but let's say we don't know which one's the best one for us. You can actually scan yourself and find out which affirmation would be the best for you, and you can actually put that in a playlist. So let's go back. I'm going to show you a few other things. Quantum affirmations is another one. Here are the different affirmations. I don't know which one I want. Let's see what the body's resonating with. Self-confidence, self-esteem. So I can put that in a playlist. Let's go back. Here's quantum flowers. These are all the Bach flowers. Let's say I don't know which one to use for myself. I can scan myself and it will tell me which one I need. We can also make our own Bach flowers with this system. The other thing we have in here are our chakras. And we knew that there was a couple on me that were out of balance. So let's just scan and see which one my body wants. Root chakra. I can put that in my playlist. Let's go back. Let's look at the homeopathics. This is my favorite section. We can make our own homeopathics, cell salts, no-sodes with our scanners as well. So let's say you don't know which homeopathic to use. You can search by system. So let's go in here. Let's scroll down. Let's see. Anemia is one of those that came up for me. So let's see if there's anemia in here. There is. So it brings up look how many frequent or how many different homeopathics it brings up. Well, I don't know which one's best for me. I can muscle test and ask myself, so let's scan me and see what the scanner says that I need. Kali muriaticum is the one that comes up for me very first. So I can try that one first. If I don't feel a difference with it, and here's the deal, I can make it here, right here on my scanner. So I would place the bottle of homeopathic pellets on my scanner. I would hit erase because it's going to erase all the negative and anything else that I've imprinted into those pellets. It's going to erase it and put it back to ground zero. And then I can imprint it. I can imprint that same bottle by setting it on top of my screen of my scanner, and it imprints with that frequency. Is that not cool? Would that not be helpful to you? So, and if I want to stop it, I can stop it, or I can continually broadcast that to me today if I so wish. I just turn the volume down, set my scanner aside, and it's constantly sending it to me. Here's the cell salts. We have all the cell salts in here. Here they are. Here's the no-sodes. Here's the different no-sodes that we can use. And like I said, the homeopathics, we have an entire materia medica in here. There are so many different homeopathic pellets in here, or homeopathics in here. that you have access to. So you can make your own homeopathic pellets too. What else can I show you in here? Oh, we have Cepheid dots. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to turn my camera on and show you on my hand. I have a Cepheid dot applied. Let me see if I can get a little closer. That is what it looks like. It's just a little disc that we put a little sticky thing on, and they come in a box of 50 of them. This is them. And there's all these Cepheid dots, and you just put it on different meridians and wear those. So let's see what the scanner says that I need today. Since I had lung and blood show up, let's see what it pulls up. Mood. So I could actually imprint another Cepheid dot and put it right here on my hand or right here on my arm. So here's what I do. Let me stop my video again because it's not cooperating. So what I would do is I'd actually put one of these little Cepheid dots on my scanner. So I would cut it out here. I'd cut one of these out and I would place it right here on my scanner. And first I would erase it because you want to erase any of the negative energies that could possibly be attached to it. Okay, and then I'll go back here with my Cepheid dot on my screen right here on my scanner. Then I would go back here and imprint. So now I'm going to imprint the mood support into that Cepheid dot. And then once it's done, I can actually apply it to my arm here. And that's it. So Cepheid dots are amazing. So if you ever want to just feel the frequencies, I can send you a couple of these in the mail. What else can we do? Also with our imprint button over here on our Cepheid program, let's say, you know, you're trying to get away from taking over the counter like a Tylenol or something, but you need it for a headache or something. You could put that down here on the bottom screen, put my blank pellets up here on this screen, hit start, and it's putting the frequency of whatever's on this bottom screen into the homeopathic pellets or the water. You can put a glass of water on here, put your smoothie on here. The point is you're putting the frequency of whatever's on this bottom screen into what's on the top screen. And then you could take that internally without the toxic effects of that so-called over-the-counter medication. So these are just some of the things that we have in here. We have homeoenergetics that, let's say you need some support in an area, or maybe you need to detox something. We have those in here. So this is all part of that program. If you want to try this out for 3 days, I have 3-day passes available. They are for a very small fee. But if you end up trying it out and liking it and want to get your own scanner, I refund that fund to you. So it's not a lot. It's like $11 a day, but it's a 3-day pass. And you can play with this. The only thing you won't have access to is the homeoenergetics and the dental TMJ, because you have to take extra training on that. But you will have access to the quick scan, the easy scan, the inner voice, the vitals, the body systems, the comprehensive, and the Cepheid program. You also have access to put supplements and therapies in. You can scan those in. So one of the ways that we do that is, let's say I want to add a supplement or an oil or anything. Let's say I'm going to add an oil. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click on my Young Living category. I'm going to put the name of the oil here. So let's say it's Valor. Okay. And then I would put it in the description what Valor is for. Let's just say it's a chiropractor in the bottle. Okay. The dose would be 1. And we don't have drop. So I'll just put unspecified. I would put the drop of oil on top of my screen right here, and I would hit scan. It's going to scan the frequency of that supplement and then I can save it. And once I save it to my scanner, then once I go back to my oils, let's scroll down here to the oils, right here, Valor, right here it is. So now it's in there. So now next time I scan myself, the scanner will detect if I need Valor for the day. So that's some of the things that we can do. The other thing that we can do is we can put spaces and objects in here. So notice the spaces and objects that I have. I have my vehicle in here. I have my home. I have my bank account. I have some different states in here. When I travel from state to state in my car, I typically run frequencies in my car while I'm going down the road, and I don't ever typically have any issues. I have a lot loaded in here, so it takes a minute for mine to load, but give me just a minute and I'll show you the different things, and I'll show you what I can do with it. So here are my different things here that I have in here. I put in like hotel rooms when I'm traveling, and I clear the spaces of those hotel rooms with my clear and shield. So let me show you something that we can do. So let's go to the Cepheid program, because this is what we're going to broadcast. And let's go to the custom playlist. And then as soon as everything shows up, I'm going to show you what I do. I broadcast frequencies to my bank account, to my little dog, to my car, all kinds of things that you can do with this. So let's let those load, and then I'll show you what I do with this. So with Piggy Britches, I'll show you something I do with her. She has a flea and tick list that I've made for her. So I'm going to go down here to Piggy Britches. And I think it's down. It's fleas and ticks. She has a collar, and our collars have Cybin and black tourmaline in them, so they hold frequencies very well. So I'll put her collar on top of here after I've erased it. Then I would do a 20-second imprint of her collar, this flea and tick list, and this is what's kept her flea and tick free. So then she wears her collar again. So notice that she's the target. Let's say I want to run abundance on my bank account. So let's put my bank account in here, and let's go to one of my abundance lists. So I have affirmations for abundance. So I can actually imprint, I can lay my bank account, my checkbook on top of my scanner, and I can imprint that, or I could just broadcast that. So let's just broadcast that today. I turn the volume all the way down, set my scanner aside, and just let that go all day long. And let me tell you, that works. The other thing that I can do is, let's say we're driving down the road. So I'm going to put my car in there, and let's put the love. I've got love vibes, I think, down here. So typically I will run something like that. So you can broadcast that as you're going down the road. Anyway, those are just some of the things that we can do with the scanner. There is quite a bit that you can learn from it and use with it. What other things can I share? I think I've shared everything with you. This is just a fantastic thing to do. I'm going to go ahead and shield myself because we are done. And this will put a nice shield or bubble around me so that I'm not affected by any negative frequencies. So anyway, I'm going to get this posted in the group. And if you guys would like to have your own scan session with me, please put your me down in the comments, and I will contact you through Facebook Messenger. So please be watching your notifications in Facebook Messenger, because I will send you what I need to do the scan. Like I said, all I need is this information. I need your first and last name. I need your email to send you your reports. I need your, female, male, your weight, your height, your birth date, and a selfie of just your face. so that I can put that in the scanner. Once I put all that information in the scanner, then I have enough to run a scan on you. Nothing is stored, nothing is kept. So you don't have to worry about any privacy issues because a company does not hold on to anything. So anyway, I just wanted to share that to you. And please put in the comments if you would like to have your own scan session with me. We can do it over Zoom. I can do it without being on the phone with you, and then we can go over your results, and then I can talk to you about that. So I am going to call this an end to sharing this with you. So please, please let me know if you would like to have your own scan session, or if you'd like to be invited to our educational group so you can learn more about it. Be happy to do that. So anyway, I hope everybody has an incredible Monday and a beautiful week, and I will chat with you later.